Welcome everyone to Faded World's Monsters and Other Childish Things. How you doing? How's everybody?
Gucci.
Great.
Awake.
We are all awake.
Yes.
All of us are
Yes.
awake.
Thoroughly. I'm halfway through my coffee, so.
Yeah,
that
I
counts.
dressed for the occasion, so
Yeah.
just hang out and stuff like this.
Very cool. Deja, you've been on this show on a one shot before, but welcome to ongoing Faded Worlds.
Hooray! I will eventually be on all internet shows every time. So
That is ambitious.
Yes.
yeah. Don't worry about logistics. I'm pretty sure I get it worked out.
Yeah. It might involve some time travel, but well worth the project.
I may be very bad at time, but I'm pretty sure I got this nailed. I just don't think about it. I'm excited to be a child/monster. A child with a monster. Or a child monster.
And Elle, thank you for running. And let me see. Can you? How are you doing? And do you want to tell us a little bit about the game?
So Monsters and Other Childish Things is a game where you play a kid who is pretty normal, except that their best friend is an extra-dimensional horror. Or at least a monster who is not from here. And they have to deal with normal kid problems like homework and also monster problems, like their monster wanting to go on a destructive rampage or eat their math teacher.
Sounds reasonable.
Classic kid problems.
Yeah.
Yep, classic kid problems.
Yeah, I saw in the book there was a part about a monster that had this silly habit of eating people's eyes.
Mhm.
And yeah.
Poking them out at least, I think.
Yeah, maybe it's just poking them out.
Yeah, poking them out because then you got to put the eyes back in.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that sounds like a ton of fun.
Yeah.
And Mark, how are you doing?
Well, Gucci.
All right, cool. So, I guess we should just jump right into character creation, unless there's something else. Do we want to talk a little bit about the world or anything first, or anything else that we should cover before we jump right in?
So world is it's approximately 2017. It's basically this time. I'm probably gonna put you at a boarding school somewhere in the Midwest of the U.S. Which just happens to have a higher proportion of kids with weird stuff going on because of ley lines or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Cool.
I was going to ask, if we had wanted to go to the same school and either to be elementary, middle, or high school, and what you all prefer.
Would that come out in
what's the age range?
So elementary would be 5 years old through 10 years old. Middle would be 11 through, trying to think of how old I was in middle school, 14, and then
13, 14, yeah.
And then high school would be 15 through 18. I think
Okay.
that's about right.
That's about right.
Yeah. Roughly, because I was 13
Yeah.
when I started high school, so it's not, set in stone.
And I have no idea because I'm not American.
Yeah.
What? You should have told from all that wicker. No American has this much wicker.
Yeah, where in that is probably best for monsters and other child.
Probably middle to high school, middle to early high school.
Let's do middle school then.
Yeah.
All right.
That way we're not babies. So we have like we can go out at night sometimes. And
Well,
not
you live at a
have the
boarding
cops
school.
called.
You live at a boarding school, so you can sneak out at night.
Okay.
Middle school.
I mean, what else would we do?
Obey the rules?
Nah,
Well,
it sounds ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, I imagine even if we're inclined to obey the rules, there'll be many occasions where one of our monsters will be out.
It wasn't me, it was
for
the
some
monster.
reason, and yeah, that needs to be taken care of, or someone can get eaten. So yeah. So I assume we're all at the same school. Are we all in the same class, same year?
You can decide whether you're in the same year. You'll probably have classes together, no matter what. But you're between the ages of 11 and 13-ish. So.
I mean, we wouldn't be the worst class ever with like 3 monsters in there, and
I mean, that's to say, maybe everyone has monsters.
well, maybe. However, I mean, it would be fun to play like in that class that no teacher wants to teach in, and
bad
everybody they're just juggling it back and forth. Like, no, you take them. No, you take them.
I get the feeling like this whole school is about kids who have troubles that they need to work through. Sometimes, it's a learning disability, and sometimes it's you have a monster that takes people's eyeballs out. So, potato, tomato.
Those are two different things.
Yep. It's all in how you say it. That's how speech works.
Yeah, I like that idea of it being like the school for kids that are problematic in some fashion. And
Kids that need to try hard and get good.
Yeah. So, what is the first step for creating characters? Do we go ahead and
Is there a list?
And assign stats and then assign skills?
For stats, each of your stats starts out at 1. It can go no higher than 5. You have, let me make sure that I get this number right. You have 10 dice to divide up between your stats. So you can add up to 4 dice to your stats. Those are feet, guts, hands, brains, and face.
Not in the face.
And then underneath that you have skills, and each skill starts at 0, and you have 15 dice to divide up between all of your skills.
Okay.
And skills cap out at 5 also, right? Or
Yep.
okay.
Mm-hmm. Everything caps out at 5.
And
I played a game about monsters that was very similar to that layout too. It's called Here Come the Whatsits.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
Yeah. It's a new game my friend's developing. But yeah, it's a very, very similar thing. I think his kept out at like 3, and he had things like guts too. Okay, so
and I get the feeling that this is the sort of system where it doesn't necessarily matter if where niche protection is not like a huge deal, or is it?
Can you say that again? What was the word before protection?
Niche.
Okay.
As in, like D&D is a system that is often where niche protection is is often very important. Like you have the your wizard, your thief, your meat shield,
party composition.
And, yeah.
Yeah. That's not as important here. Like basically just go with what you feel is right for the character, even if it might not be the best idea in terms of strategy.
Okay, so we have so each stat starts at 1, and then we have 10 to spend.
Yep.
And then the skills under the stat
start at
we have
none.
15.
And
Start
you
at
have
none.
15.
Okay. And then it says the stat and the skills can't be over 5. So that's clear enough.
So you can't go higher in a stat or higher than 5 in a stat or higher than 5 in a skill.
Okay.
Because this is a D10 system, and 5 plus 5 is 10.
Maths. Okay.
What is wind? Does that mean?
Wind.
Wind. Okay.
That's let me read from the book. Wind is health, breath, and fitness.
Oh, I see.
Is PE like athletics? Running, jumping, climbing trees?
Yep. PE is, just like in general, moving around.
Okay.
I like that the character sheet is in the form of like a school record.
Mm-hmm.
We have a 1 in the stat. It needs improvement.
think I have my skills. I'm good at a few things, and that's fine.
Yep. Let's see.
Oh, and we can make up new skills, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Something calls to us. Yes.
What?
Remember that? Yeah. Crazy.
Amazing. Did I math right?
Let me make sure you've got 3 plus 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. Yep.
Hooray!
2 plus 4 is 6, plus 5 is 9, plus 4 is 13. You have 2 more points for skills, I believe.
1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Sorry, no, right. Yeah, I counted hands. That's not right. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. No. 2 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 4. 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
My least favorite part of this game is counting stats.
That's one reason I love Roll20, because all the math it does for me, because it starts without numbers game, and I would not play that game if it was not on Roll20. There's a couple other games that are very dice heavy. Yeah.
20 is failing to be a calculator for me.
I can tell you that it's 13.
Okay.
See, I was like adding the 3s. I'm like, okay, if that's 9, and then the 2s
plus
are 4.
4.
Education systems are great and should be invested in future.
But you're gonna be recognized for it 20 years later when you're not getting elected for it anymore.
Oh, we'll still get elected. Talk about elections.
Yeah, I'm.
Okay.
I often don't refrain from talking about politics, but I'm going to refrain from talking about politics.
Yes.
I live too close to the politics.
Yes, let's all be clear. We're not talking about politics.
Yeah.
Okay, so the stats are done.
Yes. So
skills, relationships. I mean, if everyone else is done.
I have those last 2 points to spend on skills.
Okay.
And I'm thinking maybe I want to make up a skill, but I don't know what. So.
Okay.
Cheese.
Cheese, the skill.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
Cheese making or cheese eating or just.
Cheese in it.
General knowledge
like all
about
those
cheese.
Things.
Well, cheese in it is I think would be dodge. That's like
I think
PE.
that or PE.
Out of there.
Yeah, that's definitely PE. That's why I put 2 points in it and 4 points in dodge. Should we talk about what we put our points in, or should it be a secret? Because I just gave away 2.
This is a cooperative game, so.
Yeah. Let's do
Yeah,
that.
you can talk about your stats.
I have 4 feats. I have 2. Wait, is that top of the list? Hold on, let me scroll. Yeah. I have 2 PE. I have 4 dodge. I have 2 in guts. I have 3 in hands. I have 3 in brains. 3 in outthink. 2 in remember. I have 3 face and 4 charm.
Nice. I have 2 in feet, 3 in dodge. I think that's going to be a popular skill.
Running away.
4 in guts, 3 in courage, 2 in hands, 2 2 in blocking, 4 in brains, 3 in notice, 3 in face, and 2 in connive. Although maybe I don't want connive.
Are you a tricky kid?
I think so.
Do you come up
I
with
don't know.
schemes and pranks?
Yeah, are you lying, tricking, and doing other vitally deceptive kid skills?
Yeah. Okay. So the
'Cause I'm pretty honest. I have nothing in put down or connive.
I think so. Like it's not like I'm thinking it's not like super clever conniving. It's sort of that like, but it's the
Is it?
it's
Are you a
the
kid
like
who
the
just lies? Do you just like lying? You like telling stories?
Anytime it's like
Yeah.
Anytime. Well, okay. So it's weird because I have I have a lot of guts, but I think it's one of those things where anytime I'm like caught out, my reflex is to tell an outrageous story.
Yeah. I mean, you got to be brave to tell a lie
Yeah.
because you could get in trouble, and getting in trouble is the worst.
Right. Is it my turn?
It is.
Okay. I have 2 in feet, 2 in PE, 2 in dodge, 2 in guts, 2 in wind, 2 in courage, 1 in hands, end of it hands, 5 in brains, 5 in outthink, 5 in face, and 2 in connive.
Oh, you got the
Okay.
braids.
Yeah, that's what I like to play. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you're going up to a full 5 in brains, I think I'm gonna knock mine down to 3.
I mean, I don't mind either way.
Yeah, we can have 2 smart kids, but it's up to you.
Yeah. I think I will knock mine down to 3 and go up to a full 5 in guts. Guts and
No
guts.
braid. Oop. Yeah, I pictured my kid as like kind of smaller, honest, like good at getting out of the way, like might end up inside a locker and be like, yeah.
I want to be that kid that is like, I know exactly what to do. Sadly, I can't do it.
Yeah.
So what is the skill of shop? Is that no? I don't know.
So, shop is
Working with your hands.
Working with your hands. Like that would be like putting together like a Lego set. That'd be shop.
Oh, okay. So like shop class.
Fix your bike. That'd be shop.
Mechanics.
Okay. Is there so there isn't like a sneaky skill?
Let's see.
Like a sneaking skill?
Yes.
Yeah, there's no like sneaking skill. You could use PE for like moving quietly. You could use outthink for trying to slip past somebody, like to notice where they're looking. It could just be I mean, if you just want to like get past someone, faceless charm.
I have something technical to talk about. Your mic seems like slightly reverbery or echoey. Like,
I don't know why that would be.
do you have 2 mics?
No. I mean,
Okay.
I don't think that two of them would be on.
Yeah, that wouldn't make you in a time vortex.
Because Roll20's got all of my... Nothing's on Roll20.
Okay. I have that muted anyways. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Theoretically possible it's a problem on my side because I did have video and voice on for some reason. Okay, try now and see if that helps.
Hi, am I still reverby?
A little bit.
That's okay. It's not much. It's just like old timey radio style stuff. There's an extra frequency that it fits the game.
Okay. Hopefully it's not a problem with my mic.
Hopefully, that would be very bad. Also, I don't. In this book, it said that relationships are like chocolate and meth milkshakes to monsters.
Yes.
I have 6 dice of relationships.
Yes. So for relationships, you have 6 dice total. You can divide them up however you would like among, I think, as many relationships as you would like. My cap out of 4. Let me check.
So is it okay to add to as a custom skill to have sneaky stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably
under
put
feet?
that under feet, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Done. Okay. Let me see. So do we want to do relationships?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
So you get 6 dice total for relationships. Your relationship can be with anything. It can be with a person. You cannot have a relationship with your monster. You and your monster have a special bond, which is not defined by dice. You can have up to 5 dice in any relationship. So you could have like a relationship with the game GoldenEye. Or
very rewarding, that one.
Yeah, or his Dark Materials series, or Star Wars.
Okay. So, what is my kid like?
I think I have a relationship with Batman.
Definitely useful for sneaky stuff.
Why do I have the urge to talk like this now? Would romance work? Like in romantic movies and books and stuff like that?
I would say pick a specific thing. Romance is pretty broad.
I see.
You could do dime store novellas.
Yeah.
Wait, what? I have never heard of that.
So dime store novellas are the cheap, mass-produced romance novels that you find in like gas stations or dollar stores or like libraries. They're all very dramatic and they kind of follow the same format, and they all have like a shirtless guy on a cliff with a wave and a lady like
They're all
falling
in
against him.
paperback.
Yeah,
And there are
or there's
people
a
who write-
horse.
There are people who write hundreds of these things.
Yeah, there's a horse involved in some way. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, sometimes if you go to thrift stores and you look in the book section, there will just be stacks of books by the same author.
like
and
$5
all
for
of
a
the
dollar.
covers look the same.
Yeah.
No, the special relationship is with that one guy from the Old Spice commercial. I want to meet that guy and
Well, which one? The new one or the older one?
the one look at your man back to me. Look,
Yeah,
back
Terry
your man,
Crews.
back to me.
No, that's a
No,
different guy.
that's the
Terry
other one.
Crews is the new guy.
Terry Crews is like the big one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right,
Terry Crews
the
is like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Yeah.
Would it be okay? So I think I do want to
Sorry,
have
Mustafa.
like
That's what it
a.
is.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Oh, I think I do want to have like a friendship with the janitor. Would it be too silly to call the janitor Willie and have them be a little bit like Willie the janitor from Simpsons? Maybe
Go
not
ahead.
I have an aunt whose name is Wilkerson. I don't know if that would make things. Or Deborah. But it's okay. Willie is fine.
Okay.
Mhm.
Won't put that too high because that'd be weird.
It's a devoted relationship. Mm,
Okay, that last one.
How many do we need?
Six,
Uh,
right?
You have 6 dice to divide up.
Ah, okay, and I can take as many as I want from that.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Is it a good or a bad thing to have relationships with each other?
I would say you can add relationships later. That's one of the things you can spend XP on. So I would say to maybe hold off on that until we've had a few sessions and you have a better idea of like what your interactions with each other are.
Okay.
Would like science work, or would it be like physics?
Science works.
Physics? You're in middle school.
All right,
You-
I love science.
Are you a child genius?
I love science and desire, Mustafa.
I'm trying to figure out how book nerdy to make my person. Like, do they read a bunch of Encyclopedia Brown? Is that why they can outthink and remember? Are they like Angus MacDonald's? Hello, sirs.
I mean, you could have a relationship with Angus MacDonald. It is approximately 2017 in this.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's important. I'm gonna put. I just want to make them Angus MacDonald. I mean, I just. So, should I name the librarian Taco and have the gym teacher be Magnus?
No,
I mean,
no. That's too much. No, you can have a relationship with the fictional character
Yeah.
Angus MacDonald. Like,
It's so hard building people.
Just need a little bit of DNA.
Yeah. It's time.
A nice rich slurry. Let's see.
Yeah, these last 2 points shouldn't be that hard. I think I'm overthinking them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a relationship with my aunt and with the Adventure Zone. I still have 2 points.
I just made it easy for me. I gave me 1 point relationship and 1 5 point. And
That's good. I mean, I could make my aunt devoted to me.
No, this is your relationship to your aunt. So you would be
okay.
devoted to your aunt.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I am overthinking this. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna be I'm just gonna be devoted to Batman.
I mean, Batman is pretty awesome.
He'll never return your feelings
Oh, it's sad.
unless you're some sort of vampy criminal.
You're gonna, if you fail a roll where you use your relationship, you to add dice, then you have to spend quality time with that thing. So and have to spend some quality time with Batman.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what the worst Batman game is. I think I remember something where like you were driving around in a car and the perspective was like super terrible. Worst Batman game.
I mean, it gives me hope for that kid that the kid is having Batman as a relationship and not the Joker, so that helps.
Yeah. No,
Well, I think the Joker kind of falls under the umbrella of the Bat.
But yeah, I am all about justice.
I couldn't pick just Angus MacDonald because I'd have to look up like which episodes they were in, and although did you guys see the kid who made up the raging flaming poisoning sword dressed up as Angus MacDonald? And it was so cute.
What's your last relationship, Diane?
I don't know. This is hard. Only could be Batman. I think it's with can you get I mean I'm trying to think nowadays everyone has the internet.
Mm-hmm.
But what if my aunt is like one of those like super old, like she's like actually my great aunt, she doesn't have the internet in her house and I have to go to the library to download podcasts.
Well, you live at the boarding school.
Right. Like the library. Oh, right. Keep forgetting that. You keep saying that. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, boarding school.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
The school where you go to during the day and then go home, right? I guess I'm going to make this a librarian. Who's also my aunt.
That's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, and then I'll just put 3 points in that. I'll delete this one.
Okay.
I did it.
So, what's everybody's relationships?
My librarian aunt is Deborah Wilkerson. And the Adventure Zone. They're both a 3. We're very close.
I am devoted to Batman, and I have an important relationship with Willie, the school janitor.
So, my relationships are Isaiah Mustafa. It's a superficial relationship, but it is there. And science. It's I'm inseparable from science. Science is.
Okay. So that's your basic stats. There's also all the stuff on the left-hand side of your sheet. with your gender and the name and appearance and personality and favorite thing and such.
The age range was from 13 to 15 or something?
No, it was 11 to 13.
11 to 13. Okay. 13 works for me. Because for some reason I want my character to be born on the 29th of February. By saying, I am not 13. I am just let me. I'm just 4. I think 4. No, it's 3. Actually 3.
Six would make me 11. And I'm thinking, like Batman, I'm an orphan. So I'm sort of a ward of the school. Is that?
Yeah, that's
okay?
cool.
Okay.
You're like a ward of the state who is sent to the school.
You just need a rich billionaire to drive by and see you doing cartwheels.
Yep. That's the plan. It's not gonna happen, but that's the plan.
You're always like jumping off stairs and then like looking around to see if there's a nice car.
Even though I'm, like, not good at PE. For now, I'm going with the name Colin.
Okay.
But not entirely outside of that name. I refrain from either Bruce or Dick or even
Robin.
Robin.
Your name is just literally Robin. That's why you like Batman so much.
I may have to do that.
My name is Simon.
Oh, what's the name of the school? Or shall we?
I don't have that yet.
Okay.
You just leave that blank.
Okay. Shall we make up a shared homeroom teacher?
Mr. Jefferson.
Okay. And does Mr. Jefferson have any like amusing quirks or something that it's like a, we can, like, it may get built up over time, but they're like.
I mean, is that a thing we should? Is that part of the making people up thing, or is it for you? Because I was still thinking about parents and stuff. So
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
We don't have to. We can.
I'm not quite a homeroom teacher. I have one more thing to do. And also finding out during play is very fun. Like making stuff up
Okay.
And, like, they happen to do this, that they need to be, like, introduction.
Wow.
Let's see.
Yeah. Funny. I like world building.
Yeah. What? I did not know this thing about you. What a surprise. We're like, okay, I've put in my parents. Now, is it bad that I have parents and I don't have a relationship with them?
Yeah.
Okay. I figured since I was in a boarding school, it was a situation where I wasn't, like, I don't interact with them a lot.
Mhm.
I mean, they might also, there might have been some incidents with the monster and stuff.
Yeah, and also, I can't indulge in that relationship, not the backstory that I have in my head. So, it wouldn't make sense mechanically to have them down as relationships because I couldn't. Well, I guess I could talk to them long distance.
I think I lack imagination. My parents' names are John and Jane Smith. I could make it James Smith, but I think James is an even more common name than John.
Maybe where you are. What's the John Doe and Jane Doe here?
Oh.
Yeah, it's like the most common.
Well, where I am, it's definitely neither John nor James.
Yeah.
The most common name in Germany is Peter.
Makes sense.
Like, there are a lot of names that you would pronounce differently, but you probably don't know Wolfgang.
Yeah.
Or Andreas.
Mhm.
Klaus. Jürgen.
These are all very German names.
These are all just people from my German textbook.
Yeah.
Günther.
Yep.
Yep.
Günther took a vacation to the Alps, and he met Sally.
Uwe.
Not that one.
Yeah, but like some of those names, nobody gives. Like, if children are born today, they don't get those names, but they're still in the most common, like in the last 150 years or something.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like James is the most popular name in the U.S. John is second. Ugh. Only four.
I'd have thought that would be the other way around.
Yeah. Okay. Monsters? You ready to do monsters?
Monsters.
Do you have an idea for your monster?
Well, how do you make a monster?
Yeah.
Well, it's
Yeah.
easiest to like figure out some stuff like personality and like what you want this monster to do before figuring out how to assign all of the many dice that you get. Let me find the dice bit. get 50 dice for your monsters.
That's
50?
a lot of dice.
50.
Oh gosh.
You get a lot of
So
dice.
Okay.
Look,
So it's
monsters
like,
are powerful. Monsters are
yeah.
terrifying.
Yeah. So it's going to be like making a character for a points-based superhero game.
Sort of.
Sort of.
Generic points-based superhero game.
Yeah, so basically, uh,
Okay, so I have an idea.
mm-hmm.
I think I am going to go with Robin.
Okay. Yes. The book says to sketch your monster first.
Oh.
And then circle the locations that are important to that monster, and then you assign dice to those locations.
Okay. So shall we attempt to draw
Doodle?
our monsters on?
Yeah, I can clear all this.
No. We'll just here. We'll each take a third of the bottom. Yeah.
I'm just gonna move everything up and shrink it down. There we go.
All right. So I had thought about this a little, but I hadn't.
Okay, I'm gonna draw in the bottom right corner.
Okay.
Okay. I guess I'll go with bottom. No, I'll go with the top right, like opposite to the Welcome to Monsters, which I was.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure that I can even draw as well as a kid.
Well, that's the thing. People are like, "Oh, I can't draw very well." Well, like, when was the last time you drew? It was like when I was like 7. It was like, okay, so you draw like a 7-year-old. If you don't practice, you don't get better. You stay at that level. I'm gonna see if I can't. I know not drawing on the screen is bad for the thing, but I'm gonna open up. I have the chat window on my
cheat.
iPad. I'm gonna cheat. I have so many art tools here. I'm just like, so you guys draw with the mouse. I will show the camera though. I just need to open chat so I can see what Young's saying. Do that.
Yeah, like a 7-year-old.
I can't pop out chat like I used to be able to. Ah.
And I'm gonna redo the mouth.
Beautiful. See, I have a thing where I love monsters now, but when I was growing up, I was too logical, and I tried to have an imaginary friend for like a couple of hours once, and I just like imagined like a small person, and I was like, yeah, that's good enough, and it did not work out. We had creative differences. I could not create them well.
You had creative differences with your imaginary friend?
Yeah. They wanted to be boring, and I was like, this is too much work. Also, when I was a toddler, I used to draw in black and white, so I don't know if that says about me now. What's important on a monster?
It depends
Like,
on what you want your
arms,
monster
teeth?
to do.
Big eyes?
I mean, what's your monster like? It depends on the monster, what's important to it.
Well, if I was somebody who loved the Adventure Zone, they would probably be an amalgamation of monsters from.
Well, your monster doesn't come from you. Your monster is.
It's its own thing?
Your monster is its own thing. Your monster came from somewhere else.
Oh, so this isn't like a Foster's Imaginary Home.
No.
Oh.
This is some kind of extra dimensional terror has adopted you, basically.
Sure. Also, I'm pretty is that a bear with wings?
Yes. Ha! You can recognize it as a bear with wings.
I recognize it as a bear because its legs are short and it's got a little tail and it's got little round ears.
Yeah. Okay, well, so it's actually a wolf bear with wings.
Okay.
But
I love it.
I'm pleased that it's actually recognizable as such.
Yeah, it's a classic bear shape. Yeah. All right.
Do I have to, sketch my monster myself? Because that's gonna go horrible. No.
It's okay if the art is bad.
The problem is, my character has hands 1, but I have less than that.
You have hand 0.
Yes.
So I wasn't happy with the mouth until I drew in the teeth, and then I didn't like the way the teeth worked out, and rather than actually erasing, I just the earlier mouth, I just like whited it out. So then when I went to delete the teeth, I got the old mouth that I hated.
There's no real pink. I need a real pink. Come on. God damn it, I'll just take this. Okay.
No, I'm not going to cheat.
I can just draw it wherever without if I dodge your artwork. Good.
So I'm like over here. It is me. All right. Is it chewing gum?
More or less. Actually, do I fill this? Is there an option for that?
I think you're gonna have to do what all kids do: is scribble. I think you're just gonna have to scribble on it.
God damn it.
Get those scribbles in. Oh, and don't forget, guys, there is the draw shape tool and also the polygon line tool that may help you guys out. That's how I drew that amazing rabbit. And that one you can, with the shape tool, you can use fill on it. So.
Ah, yeah. Well, we'll wait for that.
Never too late.
How do I... No, I'm incompetent.
You're doing real good, buddy.
I'm incompetent. Help.
Okay, I think I'm gonna cheat by zooming in really far.
Yep. The further you zoom in, the better it looks.
At least for the cheat.
I can't even delete it. What is happening?
You'll have to live with this. There is no
You need
deleting
some
when you're
help.
using crayons. No, it's like when you're drawing with crayons, you can't delete a crayon.
Do you want me
I
to
guess
delete
it's
some of
actually
this for
draw.
you?
Okay. Guess. No, actually, I give it like a
Hat.
head. Yeah,
Okay.
it needs a
That's
head.
what kids do. They're like, oh, what's this? Like, oh, it's a hat. And then your person has a hat now.
That's that. And I'm giving it I don't know the English word. Is it monocle also in English? Like the
Yeah. Monocle.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I give it
Okay.
to. So then it's a sophisticated monster. Very, very gentleman monster. Like Soft.
I think given that these are extra-dimensional monsters, I think
I mean, they can be.
Okay. Well, in any case, I do in fact want to give my flying wolf bear tentacles.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm covering mine in eyeballs.
Ah, nice. Oh yeah, okay. Before I continue,
Definitely
I
not a
wanna
beholder,
see,
guys.
I want to see how you two are coming along.
I want mine to be chewing gum that can actually shape itself, whatever. But only like for it doesn't really need to, but you know, it does if the I
If it
want
wants
it
to.
Yeah.
So, Adazer, is yours shaped like the moon? Is that?
Give
Or
it a
is that
second.
different? Is that a separate group? Oh, okay.
Oh, those are eyes.
Those are eyes.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Let me see if I can.
Oh god, you already made me draw stuff. Help.
Okay, what
Okay, I'm
do
gonna
you
go
need
back.
help?
The polygon tool line is the best line.
You know what? Oh, uh, the risk of messing everything up. I'm gonna redo these legs.
So my creature has a like they can scrunch down and like kind of squat on their legs, but then they have this like mouth in the back that they open up, and it's all tentacles. But that's just where their arms come out. Because they have a big mouth up front.
It's a fake out.
Yeah, it's not like a mouth. It's just a place where things are.
Okay.
Like a pocket.
How
their
big
big mouth is in the front.
How big is your monster?
Shetland pony.
Okay. How does it hide? Your monster needs a way to hide.
I think it has active camouflage. Like it can like, so its body. If I'm this big,
okay,
I'm a kid, and it's like this big, and like do I have any props I could use?
Help!
It can scrunch down, and like it's like little tentacles like go up over it, and then like camouflage it.
Okay.
Like it's still there, but like it's like wrapping shadow around itself, like bending light so you don't see it. Okay. It's like those really bad photoshops where you're like, there's a person in front of a locker and you have to edit them out, and it's just like the clone copy of the locker next to it. Yeah. Yeah. Are you starting over with a square?
No, I just made it accidentally a square, and I don't know how to delete it, so I will.
I'll get rid of it for you.
Yeah. I
I
don't know what I can to say to justify that, but
That's okay.
Do you want that circle?
No.
Okay. There you go.
Thank you.
Oh, I forgot one very, very important thing. It has little wings on it, and it can like fly up and hide in the ceiling.
Okay.
That way. Yeah. That way we know it can fly.
Okay. It's terrible, but I think I'm done.
Okay. How big is this bear wolf with wings and tentacles?
It's wings and tentacles for everyone.
Like standing, it's like 8.5 feet tall, like full on bear sized.
Oh god. Oh, I have done it again. God damn it.
You did it again.
I'll get it. How does it hide?
I think if it does this little shuffling dance, it can just kind of step sideways to, sort of like a
ethereal
plane that
just like it can just kind of like shuffle dance into a pocket dimension.
Yeah.
Does anybody have a name or the pronouns that your monster uses?
Motorcycle.
Yeah, I think. Oh, go ahead.
No,
No, I was just saying it was
motorcycle.
a motorcycle.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Yeah, I think rather than the it that I used before, I'm gonna uh, uh, I think she is a she, and I like what's going on with your eyeball creature.
Yeah, they're not tentacles. It's now smoke and shadow.
Okay.
Can't do things with tentacles.
Ooh, okay. I think her name is Ursagor.
Nice.
That.
My monster's name is Evie for Encyclopedia Brown because they don't talk out loud. They have
Okay.
a big mouth, but sometimes they make noises, but it's not words. But I can understand them because we're friends.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just hard to talk when your mouth's so big.
And it's full of tentacles.
Shadows. Shadows and smoke. That can lift things up. I like to imagine that the wings were something like that I made and put on it, and then it like incorporated them into itself and made them real.
Aww.
Nice.
Like, yeah, like they're little tinsel wings, but they can work somehow because, you know,
Because monster magic.
Because monster magic. Yeah. I felt bad because they didn't have any arms. Like, well, how are they gonna protect themselves? Could it be that I found them when they were small and they just kept getting bigger?
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Okay. My monster's appearance is. I think they look lovely. What's going on there with Mr. Uzi?
Well, I think I finished now, and
Okay.
it's ooze, and it can get hard if it wants to, and then it can take shape if it wants to of something, and it can get big if it wants to. That sounds dirty now, but that's not what I meant it.
Get big and hard whenever it wants to. What?
Yeah, we're...
Yeah, exactly. No, but
Starts
no,
off squishy and pink, and then gets big and hard. I don't.
it can grow, and I don't know how big it can get, but it can get bigger than humans for sure. And I don't know how complex those forms can be that it can take, but one time it made itself into a text sheet, so like I suppose pretty complex.
Okay, how does Uzi hide?
Well, there are a lot of possibilities. It can either hide in small spaces that it can just slide into, or like in sewers or something. But it also can just become very, very tiny and hide in a bag or something. But I've an idea, but I don't know if that's okay. But how about it also can take shape as a human being,
Okay.
but like it's not really eager to talk then, and like it would be fun if there's like this one spot on the some kind of janitor or something on there that that is they all think is mute and deaf and is just working there every time, and
I
in
think they're
reality
like an intern.
yeah, and it really is like this monster like just hiding there and trying to avoid any conversations or um getting dragged into something.
So I have a
Just
question. When it transforms, is it always pink? Or is it like shades of pink? So does it look like somebody just wearing a lot of pink?
um
What's the name of that?
would just look like the person had been too long in the sun or something.
Very sunburned.
Yeah.
They were like a red jacket and a pink tie and burgundy pants. Okay.
What's the name of that Pokemon that can
Ditto?
Ditto.
It's Ditto.
Huh?
Ditto.
Right.
The best Pokemon.
Can be any Pokemon you want. At least a weaker version of it anyway.
Okay, so it says relationships that the monster has stolen or borrowed.
That you can leave blank. That's a thing that comes up in combat sometimes.
Okay.
Also, you can lend relationships to your monster to make it more powerful.
Ooh. What are your guys' monsters' personalities?
Oh well, I am just now seeing the my monster page, so get there soon.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I mean, we drew them, so I guess we have appearance.
I think mine's like happy-go-lucky, but in a way, like I keep thinking of them like a pet, but like a really smart pet, where I'm like, how did you're so clever? Or they just like follow me around, disappear sometimes, and come back, but like happy-go-lucky or loyal.
Okay.
Like maybe they bonded on me. I found an egg and it hatched into another egg. Because I was thinking, because they're kind of misty, I thought like, oh, maybe I found them like when I was out walking in the morning in the woods, like near a creek somewhere or a creek. And yeah, like they're laid in those early misty morning like places in the forest. I don't know if you guys have been in the forest a lot, where like the sun kind of burns off the fog, but you kind of go down a little place and it's still a little misty.
Hmm?
Yeah. I'll write that down. Oh, did you change my character sheet?
No.
Okay.
I just switched back to the other one because I wanted to look at what you'd written down.
Okay. If this has the same thing with that the 5th edition sheets have, where if you change the page, then it changes what I was looking at too.
Mhm.
I was trying to do stuff on the character page.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Are there certain things we can pull for appearance, personality, favorite thing for our person? Or do we just make those up from anything?
You just make those up. There's no list.
Okay. All right.
I wonder, is this a good favorite thing for a monster? Pets?
We'll find out.
Sometimes he likes to touch them, sometimes he likes to play with them, sometimes he likes to slide over them and
Become them?
and trap them, sometimes it likes to eat them. It's always different. Depends on the pet. Definitely likes to eat cats. So.
Oh, that's nice.
So.
Oh no! Let's make it fast food.
Yeah.
If it sees fast food, it's just.
It loves garbage. It loves garbage food.
And just loves food that runs.
It loves like having fun with its food first. Alright. How's everyone doing?
Okay.
Alright, I have like the name, I have the appearance, I have the personality, I have the favorite thing, I have this way to hide, and I'm confused about the rest.
Well,
Okay.
that's dice stuff. So how do we do dice stuff?
Is everybody ready to do dice stuff?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I haven't figured out relationships that Orsifer has.
Well, that's
stolen
later.
or borrowed. Oh, okay.
That's during game. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm not perfectly happy with personality. I want to come back to it, but yeah, let's do some dice stuff and all.
Okay, so this is the most complicated part of doing character creation. So you have, for your monster, you have 10 hit location numbers. You can assign up to 4 hit numbers to a location, and you must have at least 4 hit locations total. Each hit location number has 5 dice associated with it.
Okay.
So if you have, like, for Brad's monster, if you have wings, you want wings to be locations 1 through 3. Then have location numbers 1 through 3. Then that's hit location 1, hit location numbers 1 through 3, and 15 dice.
Okay.
This seems like it's complicated.
It sounds
Yeah.
like math.
This sounds like.
And then you can have, and then if you have more than 10 dice, actually you can spend the dice that you have assigned to a location on cool stuff, which is outlined on page 42 2 in the book, 47 in the Google Doc. 47 through like 48, 49. Each location starts with a trait that's like a quality that's either that it attacks, it defends, or it's useful. You can add other qualities by spending dice.
I'm sorry, I missed that last part.
Each hit location has a quality associated with it, which lets it either attack, defend, or be useful. And if you want to have your location be able to do more than one of those things, and you can spend a die and you can add additional ones.
Okay, I think I need to read this all because
Yeah, I need to read the.
Are there examples in the book?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me see where they are.
Oh, the monsters all know each other. That's sweet.
Yeah, monsters know each other.
Yeah, that's not racist.
Yes. Page 56 in the Google Doc has a
Google Doc
has a monster creation example.
in the PDF.
Yeah,
Game
but it's
instructions. Okay.
Yeah, it's in Google Docs. So
I downloaded the PDF. And
okay.
Google Docs.
Yeah.
I was worried that there was like another set of
No.
information that I wasn't getting, and I was like, okay, so. So for my hit locations, I have eyes, legs, wings, shadow, and mouth.
Okay.
And then there's a cat. And then I have I have 10
hit location numbers.
10 hit location numbers. Okay.
Each location needs to have at least one number and can have no more than 4 numbers.
Okay. And what is the point of putting more than one number in a specific hit location?
Each number gives you 5 dice for that location. So the more numbers you have, the more cool stuff you can buy, basically.
Okay. Okay.
On that particular location.
Okay.
Art. Okay.
So the hit
about...
location left is like the number 1 to 4, and the name is the name of it, or how do
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, the hit location numbers. So, and the sheet at the bottom where it says what my monster can do, in the box it says name, you should put what that hit location is called, and then to the left of that you should put what numbers it's associated with. And then the qualities go on the far right.
Okay, so does it start for free with attack, defend, or useful, or do we have to spend
Yes.
the die? Okay.
It starts for free with one of those.
Okay. All right. Getting it.
Have you decided what hit locations your things are associated with?
I have 5 so far.
Okay.
Although it's a little bit weird in that it's like, okay, so far I've got bat wings, really big claws, gnashing teeth, tentacles, and fuzzy warm fur.
Uh-huh.
But I don't have it like broken down by like arms and legs and
Yeah, you don't need to have that. You need to give it hit location numbers, because when I'm determining where something hits your monster, I will roll a d10. So I need those numbers to know what hurts your monster where.
Okay.
So I just like 1 through 5.
There are 10 hit location.
Okay, so
each hit location number is associated with 5 dice. So
yeah. So do I like 1, 2, 3 is the first?
So you would do one
Okay.
through 3. So
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
1 through 3 is the first thing, because I have 3 dice on Sight Beyond Sight, which is their revised. And then 4 and 5 would be
actually,
the
you have
second
15 dice. You have 15 dice there. Each
So
hit
I have too
location
much?
number is
Oh.
associated with 5. 5 dice. So you have 15 dice right now.
Well, okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. Oh, so
It won't. The max you can have is 10. So right now you have 15, and that means that you have 5 that you can spend, and you will still be just as strong.
Oh. Okay. So we just go to 10 there, and it's 5 for the single one. If you have like one number, one location, it's 5.
Yep.
Okay. And it's 10 for everything else, and just have bonuses somewhere then.
Yeah, and then if you look in the rule book, there's a list of cool stuff that you can spend dice on to give your monster extra stuff, like being able to set fire, or being wicked fast, or being able to share traits with their kid.
That's cool.
So my brain is somehow not understanding. I got the hit location numbers down, got that part, and then I name it for what it is. And then on the dice thing, I added those up to equal 10. But you're saying something about 15 now?
So each hit location number gets 5 dice. So if you have 3 hit location numbers, like for Sight Beyond Sight, you have 3 hit location numbers. You have 1, 2, 3, which means you have 15 dice there. However, the maximum that you can roll is
so
10.
15 dice where? Because I see the thing that says dice, and it says 3d10.
Yeah, you have
What's
15 dice in Sight Beyond Sight right now, which means the maximum that you can roll is 10. So you should spend at least 5 of those dice on other cool stuff, because you can't roll more than 10.
So should I keep that at 1d10 then? Because I thought it was you had 10 d10s to spend, but I guess I'm misunderstanding that. Okay.
You have.
So should that all be 1d10 then?
Yeah, you can keep it at 1d10 right now, and then change it later.
Okay,
and then
so
you should finish assigning your hit location numbers so that you know how many dice you have for each thing.
And the hit location numbers should add up to 10.
10. Yeah. So
Which is what I had.
last...
I had that marked in a different place. So that was my problem. I was doing it wrong.
Yeah. So Runny Run would be hit location 4
and 5.
Yeah, 4 and 5.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I think I got this basic now. Because I was marking the hit location numbers in where the dice column was.
Yeah.
And then you're saying like 10 and 15. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking. What is, that's not, yeah. But now I got it. Probably, maybe I don't know. Okay. Next number. Okay.
There you go.
So 3 get an extra die.
I'm gonna put that 7, 8, 9.
Okay.
Not just 7 to 9.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Okay. So
What's it got over there?
should we take a? I asked
Break?
this before I have it set up, but yeah, should we take a short break?
Yes.
Okie dokie.
And I could see if I could figure out this monster thing more.
I think I kind of understand it now. I'm beginning to understand.
Okay. Yeah. I more or less. Yeah. But, so, in addition to dice to do with for special qualities, that you want to dump some dice into, just like attacks for the number of dice that it rolls to attack with that body part, and then sort of the same for defense.
Yeah. So the number of dice you have will be the number of dice that you roll whenever you're doing something, whenever your monster is doing something with that body part.
Okay. Oh, and how does useful work? Can you just like pick essentially anything, or?
Yeah, useful is just like something that doesn't attack or defend. So like useful would be like a useful trait would be flying. A useful trait would be like eating stuff. A useful trait would not be setting stuff on fire. That would be an attack. A useful trait would not be shielding you from harm. That's defense.
Okay. Okay. So, we will be back.
Get there. It's the quietest game.
We will be back shortly. Please stick around.